Hey, what's happening, nation? It's Son Joku. I'm trying out something new tonight. I do hope you guys enjoy it. Give me just 1 second because I have to do this. It is what it is. The footage used in this video belongs to the NFL and the Las Vegas Raiders. No monetization of any kind is being gained off of this stream. This includes ad revenue, super chats, or membership fees. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please support the original release. Now, please enjoy the show. All right, it is what it is, man, but you got to play the game. You got to do what they ask you to do, and I sure as hell am not looking to get messed up because of this. And I'll tell you guys right now, I worked my ass off on this background. To All Aboard Raider, Machiavelli Raider, these guys that put out these hype videos, man, it is a workload. I am not going to lie to you. This was like, I'm not even going to lie, like hours worth of just me, like cutting stuff out, shrinking stuff down, going back and forth. But I loved it, dude, and I really like the final project, or the final look of it. So let me know what you guys think of it, man. I slowed it down a little bit, and hopefully, like, I'm following all the guidelines, do what I'm supposed to be doing. But this is my weekly show I was talking about. This is the Raiders Recap. I have scoured YouTube looking for a show called the Raiders Recap. I did not see it. So I'm either totally awesome at making up names for shows, or I am taking this from somebody else. If somebody else has done this, or if this was on like Mikey's old channel that kind of got dissolved, please let me know. I'll never do it again. But if it is not, welcome to the Raiders Recap, everybody. And I'm just going to come through once a week, kind of go through all the information that we've seen out there. I should probably start playing this damn video since I work so freaking hard on it. And just kind of keep going from there. And just kind of have this going in the background. Got your comments going. This is kind of what I was talking about in that preview video that I made the other day. I really think this is a cool setup. I will not be able to do this for every freaking video that I make. I am not going to lie to you. This is a shit ton of work, like a ton of work. And as far as like breaking down tape and stuff like that, I might show like a play or two, but I really know that Sanjay's thing. I'm not going to encroach on that at all. That kind of is what it is. I just got mad respect for that dude. I'm not going to try to step on any toes. But I just wanted to have fun making this, and a lot of this was just trying to prove to myself that I could do it. And honestly, dude, I think I did a pretty damn good job. So there you go. All right, now let's jump into the Raider news. If you're new to the channel, please do think about subscribing. I really do appreciate that. It keeps me growing, getting close to hitting 3K. You have no idea how much that blows my mind. So I guess the first thing to talk about, Julio ended up going to the Titans. Not really Raiders news, but everybody was hoping Julio was coming to us. I was kind of happy as hell to see Julio go to the Titans or just anywhere else. I want to see our young kids have a shot to come out there and make a play, make an impact, and be able to get out on the field. And just, I really think Brian Edwards and Henry Ruggs are going to do some damn good things, dude. John Brown is nobody to sleep on. And this receiver room that we do have is pretty damn good, dude. And it's more than Julio Jones to change this one thing. Let's see if these kids can gel. Let's see if they can do it. I'm all supporting that 110%. And then, let me jump into the rest of these real quick. We signed Sam Young. For you guys that have followed my channel for a minute, you know exactly how I feel about Sam Young. It kind of is what it is. But then we released, in a responding move, we released Markel Harrell, which I get it, dude. But a lot of these people you're seeing getting released right now, these are people that were never going to have a shot at making this team. So you might as well bring somebody else in that's going to give some real competition. Sam Young is definitely better than Markel Harrell. That is what it is. But Sam Young is still not a starter, and I do not want to see him as a depth piece on this team. I'm really hoping some of these younger guys that we have brought in can make an impact. The next one was we signed, man, I have so much trouble signing this dude's name. That guard from Parker. I'm not even gonna try it, dude. But he's from Baltimore. He's a damn good guard. I really think this dude is going to make this team. I think he's going to be a depth piece on our offensive line. I was super excited to see that. And in a corresponding move, we ended up waiving Rashawn Golden. In my video, I ended up releasing Rashawn Golden as well. Just kind of is what it is, man. I was surprised to see him released so quick. So I mean, let it be. It is what it is. And then we signed Roger Keemer. So many people were so damn excited about this move. Dude, this kid couldn't even break the starting roster of Indiana or of the Colts last season, and then we brought him on. I really think he's just another camp body. I'm not getting too excited about that. And we brought in tight end Alex Ellis, which we released our little football player or our little basketball player Carson Williams, and then we brought him in, and I don't know. I kind of like Alex Ellis, but I really want to see if he can compete with Derek Carrier to kind of win that third spot. I'm really not thinking Carrier is going to stick around unless he can beat all these young kids out, and he has a shot at doing it, man. And Gruden loves Derek Carrier, and if he does, so be it, man. Derek Carrier made some pretty decent plays for us, and that is what it is. I will take that all damn day. If he has one more good year in him, and he's our third tight end, I'm not going to sit here and be pissed about that, especially since he knows Gruden's offense and has played in it for a number of seasons now. And then we released offensive lineman Eric Magnuson. I kind of saw that one coming. I talked about that through that. I know I never broke down the offensive line, but he was on my release list. I still need to make that video. I just haven't got around to it yet. placed Kamal Seymour on the reserve non-football injury list, so he doesn't count against the roster. Curious to see what we end up doing with that. And then we went ahead and signed like the majority of our rookie draft picks out there. And I'll tell you guys right now, man, I know the offseason's tough. It is what it is. So you got this going in the background. But I want to jump into your guys' comments, see what you guys are thinking, see what everybody's feeling about everything. I'm really glad you guys can make it out to the show. Ardo, how are you doing, man? Costas, what's happening? I guess we've finally seen the end of the Julio drama come to an end. Yeah, dude, that's a straight fact. Chris, what's happening, Dan? How are you doing? Shrek, what's good, dude? Watch games like this? Shit, I'd be banned from YouTube in a heartbeat if I did that. Benson, what's going on, man? You gonna do drawing mid-plays too? Dude, I don't know, man. That's like a whole other thing I'd have to learn, stumbling. I'd like to. If I could figure it out, I'd like to. Chris, what's going on? Artie Mac, what's happening, dude? Raider Daddy, good to see you again. Raider Nation, oh man, Raider Daddy, I'm glad you can make it out. Callie, what's happening, dude? Nice work, bro. I appreciate that, man. Glad to see you're still doing some stuff with the Raiders. Miss seeing your shows. Hope you'll be able to do more during the season. Dude, yeah, Robert, dude, I'll definitely be like, I'll be doing a hell of a lot of shows throughout the season. Just through the off season, I want to have a little bit of fun. I want to try to expand my channel a little bit. I know that my Raider videos go from like thousands of views, and I cut these other videos and they get hundreds. It really doesn't bother me. I really enjoy making those other shows, and honestly, it's really taught me a ton as far as like putting together a show and then being able to bring better Raider content to you. So I'm going to continue to work it out, man. Just kind of see how it's going. Callie, what's happening, dude? I'm glad that we didn't give up any of our future draft picks for Julio. I believe Edwards can be our number one. Callie, I'm really pulling that he can be our number one. And I think John Brown's kind of brought onto this team to where if Edwards, I'm not going to say bust, but just cannot be that number one guy, then we have somebody that we can fall back on a little bit, which I'm totally okay with. Because, I do like him. I think he's going to end up being pretty damn good, like, for this team as far as John Brown goes. But Edwards has a true potential, man. That kid, it looks like such a freak of nature through camp. He's, like, so ripped. And so hopefully he can put it together, get things going, and everything will be working with it. I'm behind on the Raider Nation. I'm hoping that the defense is way better. Greater than 25 points a game, or less than 25 points a game for the first half of the season, 20 points for the second. Damn, I'll take that, man. If we can make that kind of progress and get away from that 30 mark, I'd take that in a heartbeat. But I'm telling you right now, if this Raiders defense can get to the point to where, I'm just going to say top 20, dude. If we can get into that top 20 defense, there's no doubt in my mind this team will end up making it to the playoffs. We've got a pretty damn tough schedule, but I really think we'll be able to fight through it. I think we're going to be able to shock a lot of teams this year. I'm really hoping that Carr starts utilizing the outside wide receivers a little bit more than he has been in the past, just so it will open up Renfro across the middle, open up Waller, it'll open up Drake and Josh kind of catching those little out patterns. Just, I don't know, man. If you don't use your outside receivers consistently and they're not making plays for you, then you're able to stack the box. And then it limits this offense tremendously. We've all seen that shit happen. And a lot of that falls on Gruden. A lot of that falls on Carr. Both the blame goes on both of them. That just kind of is what it is. Oh, Cool Breeze, what's going on, dude? I hope Sam Young rides the pine all year. If he's in, it's all bad. I'm telling you, watching his ass get pushed back into Carr's face repeatedly last year, like repeatedly, it was slowly driving me insane, dude. Oh, the Raiders, what's happening, dude? I'm glad you can make it out. Well, the subs are flowing up. Dude, they really have, and I really appreciate that. I was shocked by that, so thank you guys very, very much. I'd like you guys said, like, this channel's kind of homegrown, man. I started with 0 subs. I started with nothing. I didn't know anybody. I was just a guy sitting there like, I'm going to start making some Raider videos. And it's really kind of grown from there, and I really don't have a name related to the Raiders. So my channel's kind of hard to find. I've been told by a lot of people to change my name, and I'm not going to do that because I'm Sanjoku. It is what it is. But I feel like the people that have found this channel are like true diehard Raider fans, man. I don't really have trolls that really follow this channel. I have some people that are kind of dicks in the comment section after I post videos, but I take that with a grain of salt because at the end of the day, I really don't care. It is what it is. And then, but we're going to keep pushing through, man. I'm loving it, dude. I'm loving every second of this. Where was I? Why don't you do a ghost story show? Raiders, I'm working on it, man. I've been putting together a lot. There's a lot of things I like to talk about. All that stuff coming about the UFOs through the Pentagon and everything, I thought it would be cool to make a video about that because I love that shit. But it's all coming, man. I got a whole off season to keep working with here. Hopefully we have a very nice 1-2 punch at the running backs. Jacobs needs some rest. I'm telling you right now, I've seen a lot of people putting posts out there like, will Jacobs break 1,000 yards this season? I really hope he does, man. But I will tell you, if Josh Jacobs does not break 1,000 yards, but then Drake and Josh both get 800 yards and 8 or 9 touchdowns each, that would be like the ultimate duo as far as running backs go. And if for some rare chance both those dudes end up breaking the 1,000-yard mark, like I'm talking total yards, receiving and rushing included, dude, that would be insane. Like, this offense would be insane, especially if we were utilizing them both at the same time, which Gruden has proved to me he will not do. But if he ended up doing it this season, dude, that could be pretty damn shocking. I am not even going to lie. So what are we checking out tonight? Man, tonight, we're just going over the old recap, dude. I don't know if I'm going to end up busting one of those out tonight. I'm worried about the defense is going to be tough, and our offense will be bottom 20. No reason to think, the other way, then it seems like something's going to happen. Benson, dude, I'll tell you right now, and I've said it before, Gus Bradley has something that he has to prove to me. Like, he has to prove that he can flip this defense. He had all the talent in the world with the Chargers. That defense on paper, when healthy, was completely freaking stacked. And he was able to put together a few decent defensive seasons. I understand he was with the Legion of Boom. But, like, people adapt to these defenses. People adapt to the way that they play them, and then they're able to exploit them. He has to keep mixing it up. I think he has a fresh pool of talent right now. If he can put it all together, put these dudes in the right positions, it should technically work, but it's not going to work if a dude like Kwiatkowski and a dude like Abram cannot get on the same freaking page. And you saw it happen all last season. So much of the miscommunication, besides the fact Gunther's defense is just a complete piece of shit, was the fact that Kwiatkowski would call something back to Abram, and instead of Abram just rolling with it, he would call something back to him. Like, that shouldn't be happening. If he's the captain of that defense, he turns and says something to you, your ass better turn around and tell everybody that you're supposed to be telling what to do. You can't talk back. There's no time. The quarterback hears any kind of miscommunication, he's snapping that ball and taking full advantage of it. You're at the NFL level at this point. So hopefully that can all come together. It seems like Abrams really starting to come around and settle down a little bit. Let's see here. Anyone know who's returning punts or kicks at the OTAs? Cool Breeze. I do not know that. I'm not going to lie to you. I've not caught a whole bunch of those OTA videos. I've been screwing around a lot with work and then trying to get this stuff going. I'm telling you, that's why I wanted one of these younger wide receivers late in the draft, just like a true return specialist. I'm hoping the defensive end from Buffalo is going to be the real deal. Have you had a chance to look at this guy? What are your thoughts? Robert, I have not. I'm not going to lie to you. I have not. Fierce, what's going on, man? I'm glad you can make it out. Luke, best show on YouTube. Luke, I appreciate it, man. There's a lot of damn good shows out there. Use Epic Pen for screenwriting. I can make and send you a video if you want. Stumbling, I'd really appreciate that, dude. I'd really like to continue to learn and keep pushing this. I guess we won't be cutting Jalen Richard. What do you think about it? Man, 2 Ace, what's happening, dude? I like Jalen Richard. Like I said, dude, if we're gonna utilize Alec Ingold more in this offense, which I'm really hoping we do in like those power back situations where you need somebody, then keeping a guy like Richard, especially because of his third down ability, I'll take. I understand the dude coughs the ball up a good bit, but the dude has also made some huge plays for us over the years. I think there's still a real possibility. There's a lot of offseason left to play through. Still got to make it through camp. Still got to keep trimming this roster down. You might see another running back or two end up getting shuffled onto this team and a few moved on from. I could see us bringing somebody else on and moving on from Theo Riddick first. And then if that dude ends up really hitting and making a splash, then I could see that being the end of Jalen. But let's have to see how it plays out, man. I really hope Gruden will calm down on the youngsters and support Henry Ruggs III, so he will be the savage this year. I'm hoping you're right. But I'm telling you right now, the way that Gruden and Mayock work, you got to prove yourself. You have to prove yourself. You have to be willing to put in the work. I'm telling you right now, it seems like the guys on this team, as far as their own personal off-season training, have been putting in a tremendous amount of work. And I'm really hoping a dude like Arnett, who was injured, and I gave a little bit of shit to him. I'm not going to sit here and say that I didn't. But hopefully he can come back. He seems to be putting on some size, and a lot of you guys have been talking that he's going to be our starting outside cornerback. And that secondary is going to be looking a lot different. I'm going to go ahead and draw that defense up just to see what you guys think about it. Radar Film did show about Kuntz and Diablo. He likes his Kuntz bend and speed, but he needs more power. Dude, Costas, I'm telling you right now, Kuntz is Arden Key. It's just, is he going to make that turn and become that guy, or is he not? It is what it is, dude. You have to look at it like that. Damn, we had that game against the Chiefs that won in Vegas. We did. We really did. We blew that ourselves. Izzy, what's going on? Just checked in. Glad to catch you live. I appreciate you coming out. Gus is a great teacher, and his defense is simple. It's up to the players. That's it. As long as they can communicate, it's it. I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery every freaking day, dude. I hope you don't miss Nelly. He looks great in on these highlights. Luke, I really don't miss Nelly. I'm telling you I don't, man. I knew that we were going to bring somebody else in. I knew we were going to be moving on from it. I'll take it all damn day. I think there's a hell of a lot better options than Nelly. I think John Brown is a better option than Nelly. If he can end up getting that same kind of chemistry that Carr ended up forming that fast, but I'm hoping we don't have to see that, dude. I'm really hoping that we don't. He's just that third kind of spell guy for Edwards when Edwards needs to take a break. My Raider sleeper this year is Foster Moreau. He's my sleeper every single year. Like, Foster, I'm telling you, he's going to break out. There's clips of him in here where he's just juking people out of their shorts, and he had very few plays last season. So I'm hoping you're right about that. That kid was special in college, man, and I'm telling you he's going to be good. He is going to be good. A little bit worried about the old line. Miller good, Incognito good, and hopefully James and Alexander are surprises. I'm not worried about this offensive line. Like, I was more worried about our offensive line that could not play together ever on a week-to-week basis, dude. And we are paying the shit out of those dudes, and they never hit the field at the same time. Nothing pissed me off than our past offensive line. And as soon as they started blowing it up, people were like, what the hell are the I was sitting there with a big shit-eating grin on my face, like, thank God we are blowing up. This was all our money's at on the offensive side of the ball. These dudes are constantly hurt. They're not playing together. And, dude, when we started blowing that thing up, man, and I'm telling you, we saw what these guys can bring to the table, man. These youngsters that were playing behind him, Good is a freaking beast, like a beast. We saw him play different positions on our offensive line all through last season, and he held it down every single time. Our backup center, dude, who ended up coming in for Rodney Hudson, that kid is going to end up being a stellar for us, man. It was a rookie year. He came in there, filled that role with no problems at all. And then Leatherwood will pan out. Colton Miller's a freak, man. As long as Leatherwood can just hold that right side for a minute, or not a minute, but just like a couple seconds, just to get Carr comfortable knowing that Leatherwood has that side, we'll be good, man. I'm telling you, it's a hell of a lot better than having Brandon Parker on that right side. Do you think Gus Bradley is really good for the Raiders? He had a terrible defense last year. People need to stop overhyping him. Dude, that's what I'm saying, Hefe. Until Gus Bradley proves it to me, I'm going to wish him the damn best, but he has to show it to me. Derek Carr has to prove himself. Lionheart, what's happening, man? This is his year. Like, he has to do it this season, because I'm telling you right now, if the Raiders miss the playoffs, he's going to be the person that ends up taking the axe. I want to see Derek Carr stay with this team, but if Derek Carr cannot get this team to the playoffs this year, it's going to be the end of him with the Vegas Raiders, and then we'll see where we end up going after that. Foster isn't a sleeper. Everybody knows about him, especially on this deal. Damn straight. I love that damn kid. Jeff Jordan. Give him the boot. Oh, good old Hefe, man. Hefe's always been pretty respectful to me. He doesn't talk too much shit on this channel. Hefe, I watch you troll the shit out of those other channels. I'm not going to sit there and say that it doesn't make me laugh, dude. So keep it respectful on here, and you're always welcome, man. Carr proved himself last year. It's up to the defense. Carr did prove himself. He's getting progressively better underneath Gruden, and this offense is getting progressively better. If we can get consistent pieces around Carr to where he's actually playing with the same players on a week-to-week basis instead of this bullshit wide receiver shuffle, this bullshit offensive line shuffle, and he can actually settle into an offense now that he's had the same coordinators for a couple years, you're going to see that kid turn it around in a major, major way. My Raider defensive sleeper is David Arnett. Man, Benson, I hope you're right about that. I really do. I think, as far as like sleepers go, I think Abram and Carl Joseph playing in that secondary together is going to be more explosive than anybody is given it credit to. A lot of people are thinking that Carl Joseph will not start on this team. I'm still thinking he's going to start, but I'm just telling you there's going to be, either way, like, there's going to be situations where Abram and Joseph are on the field at the same time, and you're going to see some shit happen on those plays. I promise you that. Like, I promise you. Love how our defense is looking on paper. It's looking pretty damn good, dude. Gus Bradley had the talent last year, and he was. It's going to be interesting to see who plays the slot DB. Is it Arnett, Hayward? That's what I'm saying, dude. A lot of people are saying that Hayward's going to play the slot, Arnett's going to be on the outside, and Mullen's going to be on the other. And I don't know. I don't know if it's going to shake out. Like, we're just going to have to keep watching it through camp. Or somebody else, Isaiah Johnson needs to get his shit together and get out there and start playing. Who is going to start at guard, John Simpson or Denzel Good? Denzel Good. Denzel Good's natural position is the guard spot, so he will start at that guard spot. Simpson will be depth behind them, and then we'll have that dude that we brought over from Baltimore, Parker, playing depth on the other side. I'm really thinking our offensive line should end up looking pretty solid. I would like it, but I would probably laugh if John Brown ends up being our #1 wide receiver. Then you know for a fact that Bryan Edwards has not proved himself on that field through camp and through everything. The only thing that gets me is that at the start of last season, Edwards was our #1. Ruggs was our #2. I'm really hoping we go into the season looking in that same exact form, making these other guys kind of play behind him. You got to think about it. Nelson Aguilar was not a starter on this team week 1 last year. He was brought in to this after some injuries, and then him and Carr ended up just started airing that damn thing out. That very well could have been Edwards if he didn't end up getting banged up. So we just got to see how it's going to play out, man. O-line will be okay at least. Yeah, dude. Last year we never had a starting offensive line play. No, we did not. That is a straight fact, Costas. We are paying top salary for an offensive line that was ranked 22. Yes, it's because of injuries. I mean, it was because of injuries. It sucks, but you're going to have injuries every year. But if you have injuries to the same dudes consistently year to year, and fuck it, dude, it's not going to work. Get rid of them. Save the money. Good for this year. Simpson after Richie. Yes, exactly, Ardo. And then you have a young offensive line, like a truly young offensive line, that you can keep together for like the next 5 to 7 years, as long as these guys are not going to be getting like huge contracts. And that's the way that you truly build these championship teams, man. Yo, Lionheart, did you see at the Raiders channel on YouTube a few years ago? Oh, did you used to have... Oh, Lionheart, did you, man? What do you think about Marcus Mariota roles this year? Shooting to start? I don't think he's shooting to start unless you see some kind of injury out there. But I will tell you right now, I want to see him get more utilized in this offense, especially in the red zone, dude. Pull Carr out. Stick Mariota in there. Mariota can throw the ball. I know a lot of people are scared shitless, but I've seen Mariota make some damn good passes, especially off the run. And I've seen him drop his shoulder to try to make that extra push to get that last yard to get into the house. I think things like that is what we need to utilize Mariota for. And if he's going to be on this team, don't just let his ass sit on the bench in case Carr gets hurt. Start working him in there like the Saints do, man. Give Carr a play off. Let Mariota get in there and do exactly what's on the screen right now. That's the kind of shit that's going to end up winning us some games, dude. Oh, Hefe, man, I appreciate you. Oh, Ganja, what's happening, dude? I have faith we'll make the playoffs, and Carr will be a pro. Dude, Carr will be all damn pro. Carr's going back to the Pro Bowl this year. Carr's going to end up throwing... I want to say he's going to break 30 touchdowns, but I just don't think he's going to. But I think he's going to be around that 27, 28 mark, and I think he's going to be under 10 picks. And if he puts up those kind of numbers, dude, and anybody bats an eyelash at that shit, because I'd probably be sitting right around 4,500 yards, he's not the damn problem. I'm telling you guys, he's not the freaking problem. Is Rashard a future Raider or not? Lloyd, what's happening, dude? In my personal opinion, no, I don't think he is. I think he's going to end up getting moved out at some point through this offseason. Cool Breeze, nah fam, not yet. Lionheart, don't hesitate on it, man. One of my biggest regrets is not starting this shit. You got to figure out if I want to start a Raider YouTube channel, like when YouTube started, because I was there for it, I'd just go for it, dude. You got nothing to freaking lose, man. Carr just needs to be more aware of the defense around him. He has a way better awareness and how he'd hold on to the ball and get rid of it. Yeah, that is a fact, man. Oh, my video ended. It is what it is. It was only 20 minutes, and that was a lot of work. Carl Joseph is better than people think, dude. Never gave up the big play and could stop the run. Morg will play. See, that's what I'm saying, dude. That secondary is so messed up, man. I don't know if I can change this right now because I want to get back to that defense. I don't know if this is going to screw everything up, but I'm going to go for it. If my stream ends up crashing, I'm real sorry. I don't think I changed my camera, so I might be back to all my basic stuff. Yeah, you get a weird looking background right now. I don't know, man. I still think this is looking pretty damn good, but you guys are talking about... Let's see if we can do this. Oh, this is all going to be pretty jacked up. I'm sorry about my camera in the corner. Getting rid of Carl Joseph. Not completely, Carl. Where'd you go? Is that Damon? It's not Damon Arnett. Where the hell is he? There he is. All right, so then you got that, and then you want to use, and then Hayward play in the slot, Morg over the top. it looks pretty. The offensive line's a little bit, or the defensive line's a little bit janky right now, but I think that has a real shot at being our defensive line. So we'll see how that ends up shaking out. Keeping Max Crosby as this kind of that blitzer piece. But you guys, a lot of the people out there in the Internation right now are talking about the way that this defense looks right here. I like it, dude. I really do. And I think Casey Hayward's going to play a lot of different positions. I think he's going to play the outside and the inside. But just the fact that we have different players that can honestly do this on like a high level now, and not having Lawson have to keep getting shuffled in there, or having... Apparently, Amik Robertson's been really showing up, so I'm not going to give that kid any shit during this show. Hopefully he can keep it up and keep pushing forward. But then we still have a ton of options, man. So I don't know. I think it's looking pretty good. I think it looks better with Carl Joseph in there. But I know a lot of you guys want to see our net bust out, and that kind of is what it is. Cali Gonzalez, I'm not a Chiefs fan, by the way. I'm not even jumping in all that bullshit, Hefe. Carl Joder, nope. Just trolling Raiders YouTube for the laughs. I've been banned from so many people thinking Jalen should be doing... Oh, no. Yeah, put him on the public relations thing. Hey, Joker Brother, just wanted to pop in on a work break. Dig the format. Oh, man, Raider J, I appreciate you, man. Edwards carried anyone who tried to tackle him last year. He did, dude, until he got tackled by two people from behind, and you saw his knee take that weird... His knee and ankle took like that weird bend. It was in that damn Patriots game. A powerful, victorious ally, and yet another name for we just need to make a couple of adjustments on offense, but very fixable. It is very fixable, and it's very fixable as far as just Gruden's play calling will make this whole damn thing better. I really hope Edwards emerges. We all do, man. Random thought that hit me. If the Raiders move on from Greg Olsen, I would go with Austin King at the tight ends coach for the new OC. He has recent offense coordinator experience in college. I'll give you that, but I'm telling you right now, if we move on from the offensive coordinator, it's going to be another person to come in and just do exactly what Gruden tells him to do. He's not going to be somebody who's going to come in here and have a chance to like be the person that calls the plays on the offense. That's what sucks. It's what I hate about Olsen. It's what I hate about whoever's going to come in here as long as Gruden's the head coach. He's not going to give them that the power, dude. He's just going to be the mouthpiece between Carr and Gruden when they can't have meetings. And it sucks, man. That sucks. I think we need to throw Mariota in for a quick 2-minute runs just to mix it up. Yeah, dude. Throw off the defenses, get him wore out, get him chasing some people down, quick throws, maybe take a deep shot. I've seen him do it all, man. He can do it, so why not do it? Yep, I agree with you, Joku. We should throw Mariota in that mix. Get him in there, dude. Olsen is not an offensive coordinator. Olsen ain't shit on this team, dude. That is what it is. It's just a title in Gruden bind. Yep, that's it. It's just a title, nothing more. Let Mariota get a series in the red zone. You the man. Thanks for the advice, Raider fan. Lionheart, dude, do your thing. Is Gruden so stuck in his old ways that he doesn't see Mariota? Seeing what he's done with players in the past on this team, yes, I would say that. I would completely agree with you at that point, Lloyd, because it kills me. Oh, Edgar, what's happening, dude? I like Arnett on the outside, but Hayward in the slot will get torched. That's what I'm saying, dude. That is what I'm saying. I do not like Hayward in the slot at all. At all. I'd rather, there's 6 other players I'd put in the slot on this team before Hayward. But I don't know. People are saying that's what's going to happen, so I want to see if it actually does. Joku, 100% agree with you. When it comes to Mariota, he needs to be used, especially if the offense goes flat inside the 10-yard line. Bring Mariota. See what he can do. What the hell are you going to lose? At that point, if you're 1st and 20 or 1st and 10 and you're at the 20, you're in the red zone, you end up getting one more first down, you get the 3rd down and shit's kind of sputtering out, you really haven't made any real progress, bring him in. What are you going to lose, dude? Let that kid just take his shot. Let him make that run. Make him pull everybody over to the right side, follow him on a scramble, and then just kind of dump that thing off underneath for a quick little 7-yard dive into the house from Drake. I mean, it's the little things like that, but that's the shit that kills me is Gruden won't do that. Gruden's going to get well, no, man, I've been running this play for 30 years, Derek. You get out there and you make this happen for me. Bullshit, dude. Any thoughts on the linebackers? Maybe another middle linebacker piece before the season starts? Frank, what's happening, man? I talked about that during my linebackers breakdown. I really think you're going to see another linebacker come onto this team, and I think he's going to have a serious shot at being one of the depth pieces. I'll tell you right now, between Littleton, Kwiatkowski, and then Morrow, and that's going to be our starting 3. But you got to have people that can fill in behind them. I like Tanner Muse a lot. I know a lot of you guys like Diablo a lot. And I really think both those guys are going to have a pretty reasonable shot. But they're both those hybrid linebackers that are trying to transition in. And, I mean, people have called me out on the show before. That's a tough transition to make, man. It's nothing easy. Muse looks like he's put on some damn good size, though, so I'm super excited to see what happens with him. But I think Diablo could be a year or two away from making that full adjustment. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'd like to see that kid come on and make an impact pretty immediately for us. And then as far as Javen White goes, I'm pulling for that kid, man, but the more that's happened, it's looking more and more bleak for Javen White. Not like as far as him getting cut, but I could see him going practice squad again and just kind of getting shuffled back in if we end up getting injuries. I don't know if Hankins should start because his lack of the pass rush rotate. I'd rather start Solomon than the 3-tech. I'll give you that, dude. I'll give you that. I love Solomon Thomas. I think as far as my defensive sleeper goes, Solomon Thomas is going to shock the damn nation this year. I promise you. I think that we really do need an offensive coordinator with a more creative approach. I think the game has passed Gruden by. If we had a better offense, that's the thing, dude. If we had a better offense, our offense is playing pretty damn good. Like, we were in the top 10 efficiency as far as last year went. So, I mean, you really can't get too pissed off as far as our offense goes because a lot of those games we put up like 28 to 35 points, and the other team, our defense was like, oh, man, screw it, dude. Let them just keep scoring and see if Carr can pull this thing out. But even if you brought in like the #1 offensive coordinator in football and everybody's like, holy shit, dude, we got this offensive coordinator. By week 7, he'd be sitting on the podium like, well, you know, I would have called this, but I was told to call this because he wouldn't have any real freaking control, man. And it is what it is. Oh, Joseph, what's happening, dude? Sir, just wanted to say that we have a lot of Raiders. You're a lot of Raider YouTubers now, but you're still the best one around. I appreciate it, sir. Man, Joseph, thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. I'd like to see a veteran linebacker, either an outside linebacker or a middle linebacker. We have good starters, but then on the backups, I agree with that. And I'd like it to be a middle linebacker, not an outside linebacker. Because at least if our outside linebackers go down, you have like a dude like Diablo or Muse that can have that additional speed to kind of help you out. But you got a dude like Kukowski that goes down. That's big-ass shoes to fill, man. We need to have somebody that can do that. Yeah, at least someone who's more creative and will somewhat, stay away from what group. Oh, God, wouldn't that be a welcome change? Can't keep this 2002 offensive end. No, you can't, dude. The 2002 NFL compared to the NFL right now, they're two completely different games. Like, completely different games. Other DTs, out of Sheldon Richardson, Marcel Darius, or Tim Jerrigan. I like Jerrigan out of the 3, dude, but I don't want anyone. Like, I'm thinking we're looking pretty damn good as far as our defensive line rotation goes. And I know right now they're going to end up pulling one or two more moves. Gruden has no balls. We should have kept Del Rio. He had one bad season and got the boot. He got the boot because Davis had all this shit worked out with Gruden behind the scenes. I'm telling you, that's like a fact. Like, you know it had to have been. Meek with more playtime. Brandon, what's happening? If he can keep proving himself, dude, I'll tell you right now, Gus Bradley has been talking that kid up, dude. Proven linebacker backups. We have Muse, White, and Diablo as backups, but they are unproven. They're completely unproven. The undrafted free agent from BC is middle linebacker sleeper. We'll see about that, dude. Can't go back in the past and change it, but never should have let Bill. I completely agree. I thought Bill Musgraves, the way that he would dissect the defense and mix things up throughout a game, that was the last time you saw like halftime adjustments or mid-game adjustments since he left this team, dude. I mean, that is what it is. I like having Moore to back up Hayward if he gets torched. You think we'll swap Diablo or Gillespie in and play a little... I really like Gillespie, man. I'm telling you, dude. And I said it right after we drafted that damn kid. Give that kid 2 years and he's going to be one of our starting safeties on this team. I promise you. So do the Raiders have enough depth for a top 15 defense at least? No, they don't. Not right now. That linebacker room's too thin, dude. But as far as the secondary is concerned, yes, we do. With that defensive line, yes, we do. If you can get that veteran linebacker, just one more, dude. One more, like, I'm talking like truly good veteran linebacker on this team, I think we'd have the shot at going top 15, especially with the injuries that we take. Hit that oh, Gordon, what's happening, man? Amik is a beast. I don't know why people are hating on him. I hope he starts in the slot starts at the slot. Arnett's outside, but I don't know if they want Hayward or Arnett playing the majority of the snaps. That's going to be... We're going to have to see how that shakes out, man. Amik was a tough one, dude. Amik pissed me off. I talked that damn kid up so much. Like, so much. And he was just stuck with Gunther's shit defense, man. So it's like you want to give the kid a pass. And I know I'm giving him hell, man. But when you watch somebody get torched all season, you have to. We got a lot of pieces to back up the injuries. If we need that, we will need that. Because you've seen how damn injury-prone this team is. Morg is a starting free safety. Gillespie is a backup to Morg. Hayward not playing safe. That's what I'm saying. I thought he's playing outside. Max Richardson, that is his name. I hope Morick has the monster rookie season. It will help this defense. Victor, I'm hoping you're right about that. Kid can just show up and just blow up. I'll take that all damn day. But overall, yes, our offense is good. Besides questionable play calling, if we can fix that and fix the red zone, we'll be fine, dude. D-Wall grabs 1,800 yards in 20 days. Abik is a beast on the outside, too small for the slot. Can't wait for the preseason to see all these young talents perform and see who's who. Oh, man, dude. And the fact that we're actually going to get some preseason games, I cannot wait. Like, even watching just Mariota get out there with these wide receivers, just see what he can do. I cannot wait for that shit. Remember Lionheart when Max Richardson was ripping it up? Will Tanner Muse get any starts or will he be on special teams? I really think he's going to be more of a special teams guy. But the thing about that is, like, you get rid of a dude like Kyle Wilbur, you get a dude like Tanner Muse, he becomes like your special teams ace. But then in a situation where somebody does end up getting hurt and you have to bring in Tanner Muse to the game, it's not going to be like bringing in Kyle Wilbur where like he's going to get torched on this first play. I really think Tanner Muse will have a shot at being able to step up and prove himself. We need the offensive coordinator to replace Olsen, and it's a good situational football to make Gruden think. That would be nice. T. Sizzle brings him in. Muse is hopeful. Special teams, and eventually, yeah, I agree with that. Without Julio Jones, we're going to hopefully have some wide receiver shot. Dude, Julio Jones was such a crock of shit from the start of it, man. Could have told, like, we all knew it. I even told you guys, like, there's zero chance Julio Jones comes to this team. Just for a matter of money, a matter of Gruden's play style, a matter of, he might not have wanted to play with Carr. He might not have wanted to be a Raider, dude, but he was, I don't know. Besides, like, Raiders YouTube and, like, one post that I saw, he was never actually tied. Like, I saw, the Raiders are the favorite in the Julio Jones. And I was like, no, they're not, dude. Like, you're looking at all this shit. There's so many teams that are above the Raiders on this. And the Raiders aren't going to cough up something crazy. Mayock loves his draft capital way, way too much. Oh, Jamie, what's going on, dude? I'm glad you can make it out. Can't wait to see the run game. I'll give you that, dude. Oh, Michael, what's happening, man? Anyone know the real reason Irvin was released so early? No, he wasn't showing up, dude. He, like, literally did not show up. And they're not going to screw around with that. Reuben Foster's still out there. Didn't play last year. George, I'm not going to lie to you. I would take Reuben Foster. I know a lot of people get pissed at him, but it is. Oh, Sub-Zero, what's happening, man? I'm glad you can make it to the show, dude. Irvin didn't show up for OTAs. No, and as soon as he didn't, and there wasn't a valid excuse, it was like you put in all the talk. You said you were going to do this. Now you're not showing up with the team, so deuces to you. What's new on Tanner Muse? Oh, what's the news? Man, I'm thinking Michael Myers, dude. I'm really hoping that he ends up making this team. I know he's going to make the team as like a special teams, but I really want to see him end up winning that 4th or 5th linebacker spot to where he's actually worked into the rotation. I think it can end up working out pretty well for us. All right, man, that's pretty much what I have for you guys tonight. I just wanted to put this out there, kind of get your guys' take on it, see if you like the format. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to do this every time. It's a shit ton of work. Props to all these guys that do it. Mad respect to you. So until next time, guys, I'm Son Joku. Please click that like button on your way out. I will be back next week. We will continue to break it down, and I will continue to spit stuff out that only like 10% of you care about, but it makes me